What's up, NGTGames? Neely here once again, and following up with a Battlefield Bad Company 2 video. This is going to be myself using the SCAR L carbine here as an engineer, silenced obviously, defending here on White Pass, or as it's better known, White Ass. Well, maybe not. Yeah, White Pass. Nah, just a little running joke that a couple of me and my gaming buddies have. I like to call it White Ass. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you think it's stupid. Yeah, I don't know. That's for you to decide, but certainly it's always fun to butcher map names and have a little fun with them. I know I always like to find ways to describe things or better words for different descriptions, because I am an English major and I sort of like to mess around with words. What can I say? That's just me. But back on topic here. Obviously, again, this is on White Pass, and Rush mode here and even Conquest here is a lot of fun. I really enjoy this map. And the individuals who are playing on the opposite team here, they took a little while to get going, and I think it hurt them here in the long run. They managed to plant on the front two objectives here and push us back, but they're not going to get past the second set, and we're going to end up winning this one. And I want to talk a little bit about the SCAR and a little bit about the engineer class, and I'm going to mostly probably take this towards Battlefield 3 and the exciting news, the exciting footage, all the excitement that's you know, surrounding Battlefield 3 right now. If you guys haven't heard about it or seen footage, I'll probably end up talking about it. But first off, again, as you can tell by this video, it's something going to be titled like Going Silent or something like that. And I'm the type of person, when I play shooters, for the most part, I like to use silencers on my guns. So typically, I like to run the engineer class here on Bad Company 2. I find it very useful, not only to take out tanks, because I hate tanks in this game, not getting in them and using them obviously, but I hate people that get in tanks and even helicopters and are a giant nuisance. And believe me, when you have a good person piloting a helicopter or a good person driving a tank, it can be very frustrating on your team. So I like to be the guy, when I play this game for the most part, playing as the engineer, trying to take out that vehicle support or that air support need be on the map or the game mode. But with the case here, I just didn't want these guys to know where I was coming from. I was trying to be all sneaky, like, you know, not exactly Sam Fisher in the sense, but I was just trying to be sneaky, sneaking around them, and it was working somewhat for me, somewhat not. I was a little, not necessarily disappointed in myself, but I wasn't getting frustrated, but I guess when I'm in this situation, when I'm trying to be, I guess, stealthy, obviously I like for the end results to be a little bit better than this. I end up going like 22 or 9 and something like this in this game, which for me, I'm not really happy about. But obviously KD doesn't always matter, and it's really what you do for your team, especially with an objective game like this. KD does not always matter. In fact, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is the lowest KD that I have in any shooter that is out to this day. I think I have above a 1.5, but I don't even think I have a 2 in this game, which for me is low. But I think that just shows you how much goes on in this game, how much you have to factor in with, again, the air support, the vehicle support. And, you know, I find that people that play this game have a lot of skill. And as such, I think that's probably why my KD is not as high in this game. But back on topic, like I said, you're just going to see me sort of chilling back, buying my time, not being too stupid here in situations, although my aim here in this game is on and off for the most part. I think this was gameplay footage when I was a little rusty, where I sort of took a break from this game, and I think the aim kind of shows that. But obviously, just keep in mind when you use a silencer on any class, that's going to obviously hurt your damage and range, and you're going to see that in play here, especially with the SCAR L carbine here. It tends to definitely suffer from a damage and definitely a range reduction when you put on the silencer. Although you don't put it on, it's automatically attached to the gun, obviously, when you select the class. But for all of you Battlefield vets, you know what this is all about when you go silenced. Obviously, you're going to have to be the person that is sort of relying on close quarters combat and sneaking up on the enemies. So for that, again, that was sort of my agenda behind this gameplay. Again, trying to be stealthy, trying to catch them off guard. I didn't want them to know where I was at, partially because you know, if you're not seeing on the map, obviously you can have a good game, and that's sort of my theory of why I like to use engineer class, because of that. surprise type mentality. But I think the gameplay here is pretty self-explanatory as we move on. You're going to see me sort of stake out in some houses up on the top left mountains as well, and just sort of try to pick these guys off. I will start rushing them a little bit here as this footage continues on, but I would much rather get into Battlefield 3. I want to talk about it, what I've seen of it so far, I guess my anticipation for it. Obviously, D-Crew Colin has covered Battlefield 3 on the main channel of Next Gen Tactics, but I figured I'd give my opinion as well. I know Devastations, a fellow NGTGames director, has probably also covered his thoughts on that, and Matimio as well has probably also covered their thoughts on Battlefield 3. I'm not certain of that, but if it's anyone who probably would give their opinions on Battlefield 3, I would expect it would be from the 3 or 4 of us that have been covering Battlefield here over the past months or so. Although I'm not as dedicated as some of those guys I've mentioned, I do manage to still upload, you know, on a fairly frequent basis Battlefield. I've said in the past, you know, how much I believe that Battlefield is the most skilled and polished shooter out on the market right now, and I still stand by that even to this day. But anyways, again, I'm getting off topic. I apologize for that. Let's talk about Battlefield 3. I've been watching gameplay footage, and I've been reading about a lot of the ideas behind the game. I've been reading some of the development diaries, or more so some of the interviews that have come back from DICE themselves. They've had some of their lead designers talking about the game, what they expect from the game, and their ideas and philosophies behind the game. And first, I guess I'll talk about the gameplay footage. It's unbelievable how DICE they just get it. They just get what a realistic shooter is about, and it's apparent with this game right here, Bad Company 2, and it's going to be apparent with Battlefield 3. The gameplay footage just looks astounding. It looks impeccable, really. And it's going to be nothing short of that. I guarantee you it's going to set a new standard for realism when it releases in November, or whenever it's slated to release this year. But if you haven't seen the Battlefield 3 single-player campaign footage yet, it's about a minute to 3 minutes, I guess, video collection or actual segment of gameplay. You guys should check it out. Game Trailers will have it. GameTrailers.com or IGN.com will have that footage. That's where I happen to see the actual gameplay footage. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I recommend you do so, because the game looks unbelievable. And one of the things that I want to sort of hit home with is, I don't remember his name, but one of the lead designers for DICE was talking about how important the sound is in this game. Obviously, the sound in this game, Bad Company 2, is remarkable. It's the best on the market in any shooters. And, you know, they're saying in Battlefield 3 that is their approach in the next game as well, nailing the sound down. They've managed to record guns shooting in indoor atmospheres, outdoor atmospheres, and different weather, and they're capturing that all in decibels. And somehow, this is what blew my mind away, somehow their graphics engine, the Frostbite 2.0 engine, which is going to be the new engine for Battlefield 3, it's going to be able to condense all of that, and depending on the situation, you will hear the louder sound. While that sounds obvious, it's something we really haven't seen much of in games. It's usually always, well, you hear one sound and then the next, and they kind of stack upon each other. But DICE is claiming that I can't say Frostbite, what the hell? Frostbite 2.0, the engine. Oh man, I can't say it. Their new engine is going to be able to scale down all these sounds, and it just sounds remarkable what their technology is at, where it's at, and how advanced it is. And not only that, you can expect the guns to be as realistic as it comes. And it just, overall, it looks like they're just going after that knockout punch in terms of the realism and what they're able to do. And I found it a surprising fact that I didn't even know that this new engine has been in the works for 3 years. They've just been sort of holding it back, and it's like they're in their secret labs, like, yeah, we got it ready, you know, and they've been sort of keeping their new engine under wraps. But yeah, we're running out of this video. I'd love to talk about Battlefield 3 more, but this video is coming to an end. Just wanted to sort of touch on my, I guess, thoughts and impressions of the actual footage that I saw and some of the things I read. Again, if you guys are more interested in finding out about Battlefield 3, go to IGN.com or GameCharts.com for news and for gameplay footage. As for this footage, it's wrapping up. We do win. We hold them off here at the second set of objectives. And I'm going to go 22-9, like I said, here on White Pass. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I got. Don't forget to check out my channel for more gameplay footage. So this has been Neely from NGT Games, and I will see you guys later. Take care.
Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network. And here you can create subscriptions for individual games and only receive notifications for new videos uploaded for the games that you are subscribed to. Isn't that fantastic? No more spam video email notifications. And stay in touch with us on our full featured forums. Remember, all the relevant links are always in the description of our videos. Click on them. Come join us on our website. We'll see you there.